Okay, so the most difficult Greek I have read so far. I have read somewhere in the neighborhood of about 13 books out of the Greek New Testament using the Master New Testament Greek program. And Second Peter 2 is the most difficult Greek I've read so far. Even if you don't read Greek, I want to encourage you, take another look at Second Peter 2. I wish I had understood this the first time I was reading it through. And I would have, if I would have done what I was supposed to have done. Daryl and his Master New Testament Greek program has a intro video for each section that you're reading, kind of explaining the grammar. But there's this core part in 2 Peter 2, and if you've got a good English translation, you can probably see this. But running in verse 4, there's this for if statement. And for several verses there, going all the way to verse 9, everything sort of spins out. For if God did so-and-so, if God spared not the angels, and if he didn't do such and such. Now, the word if in some of these other verses isn't present there, but it's implied. If God spared not the angels, if God didn't spare the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, if God rescued Noah, if God, actually what it says there in Greek is he guarded Noah and he rescued Lot. And it's really interesting how this runs all the way through verse 9 and 10. It's this long section. It's sort of an if-then setup right there. So if, then, running all the way from verse 4 all the way down to verse 10. So if you get a chance, take a look at it again in your English Bible. And also something else I noticed that was interesting, and this is probably present in your English Bible, but it stood out to me just because I'm reading it in Greek. I'd never noticed it in English. The whole chapter 2, is talking about just like there were false prophets in Israel, so there'll be false teachers among you. So he says that these false teachers are spots and blemishes. But then you go, that's in, I think, 2:13, I believe it is. But then go to 3:14, and you'll find the negation of those words are what we're supposed to be. In other words, they're spots and blemishes, but God is wanting to present us spotless, unspotted, and unblemished. So anyways, just a couple thoughts for you. If you want to know what the most difficult part of the Greek New Testament that I've read so far, it's been 2 Peter, the 2nd chapter. It's really interesting because Peter is supposed to be this simple Galilean fisherman. So there's a lot of speculation. Did he have a amanuensis? How is it that he wrote this Greek, which is some of the highest Greek stylistically compared to some of the other Greek in the New Testament? So it's an interesting question, one worth thinking about. And it might impact your view about how much exposure to Greek that maybe these Galilean fishermen did, or did he use an amanuensis? Just things like that. So anyways, just want to share with you what I think so far, at least, the most difficult Greek I've read in the New Testament. It's been 2 Peter, the 2nd chapter.